Hello, Steve White, Steve Art 79. Well, I'm new to the Hooniverse, as you can see by my research material I've been getting online. Okay, so this new content sharing deal between ITVX and Disney, what does this mean for Doctor Who? There's a lot of speculation. Because see, I don't know a lot about British TV. I understood there was the BBC, which was paid for by the people, so it would create content for the people and not be commercial and not be corrupted, like a lot of commercial channels are, and which a lot of commercial channels are just trash because they're just going to the lowest common denominator, which is the highest percent of the population, unfortunately. And it's much like the ABC in Australia, which is paid for by the government. So I've always respected the BBC. I sort of knew of ITV, and I'm like, is that like the commercial channel, the main commercial channel they've got there? I never really worked it out. But from what I'm understanding here is that is sort of the situation that they have. And there's always been a rivalry. Like the guy who created Doctor who had the idea for doing a kid-orientated science fiction series to bridge a gap between like the sports and the prime time or something back in the day, back in 1963, was an executive who had come from ITV, and they'd sort of brought him over, and he was sort of trying to help them to create more popular content within, you know, their sort of charter. So I guess there's always been a rivalry, but how much of a rivalry? Is this going to stop Doctor Who with Disney? Is Disney going to sort of be like, well, we're contracted with, you know, ITV to share their content, so we can't be creating content for the competition? So a lot of people are looking at it that way. A lot of people are also looking at it as though if they've merged with ITV, they might merge with BBC, and that maybe these studios have learned that, you know, no one was really winning in the streaming wars, that the more competition there was, the less value the customers got, and it wasn't working. So they need to keep it down to just a couple of streamers. So maybe just, you know, Disney merging with those is a way to keep it sort of centered. So if you have Disney, maybe you can pay for both, you know, ITV and BBC content, or, you know, if you're watching, I don't know, but there seem to be also possibilities in that direction where it could help them to create a smaller sort of network that they can control, which would make them happy, but also is better for the customer because you're not signing up to 6 different, you know, channels, you know, to have a separate subscription just for the place that has Doctor Who versus the place that has your classic ITV shows and your classic BBC shows and your classic Disney shows. And I don't know, but some people are saying it's the death of Doctor Who, and this is why Disney hasn't renewed for the 3rd season and why they've been so quiet, because they'd started off with the BBC, and now because that hadn't gone so well with Doctor Who and they didn't get some of the content they wanted, they wanted Doctor Who's original back history, but apparently they just got the modern era. I'm not exactly sure what they have in the UK. I know here in Australia, I just got Amazon accidentally. I was trying to buy something on Amazon, and I wasn't happy with the payment system because I don't have PayPal or Afterpay. I didn't want to sign up for one of their things, so I cancelled the item I was buying, the order. But then somehow, because I'd selected to sign up to Amazon Prime during that process to get free shipping, they signed me up anyway. I was like, oh, for God's sakes. But then when I looked, they had a bunch of seasons of Doctor Who. I think they had like 1 to 7 or something like that, or just a bunch of them. Not all of them, but a bunch of them. Just the modern Who, not the original Doctor Who. And ABC had 6 up to like 11. And I'm missing a couple of Christmas specials in season 6 and season 10. So I thought, great, I don't need to buy them on DVD. I can watch them when I do my marathon on ABC. And then at the start of the month, season 6 disappears. So I was like, oh, great. So now I'm going to miss the Christmas, one of the episodes from season 6 I'm going to miss. And then I discovered that Amazon had season 6 among a bunch of other seasons. So it seems like a bit of a mess. It's hard to find the content you want. Things need to just have a home and have just a few places. When there was just Netflix, it was very easy for customers and they had a monopoly, but no one got hurt. It seemed to work for everyone. But now all the other studios have tried to get in and have their own streaming services, and everything's split and changing. One day you've got the home of Star Trek, and the next day half the movies are gone to Amazon. It's just a mess. So hopefully Britain, because because they seem to be a little bit behind America doing this, is going to do it differently, and they're going to focus more on some unity between the bigger sort of channels than that, because they had a smaller amount of channels, like in Australia we had a small amount of channels in America. But there's no way of telling what's going to happen. But some people are saying doom and gloom, this is the end of Doctor Who. Other people are saying this could open up a door for Doctor Who. Some people are saying they've already tried to negotiate with the BBC and it didn't work. So who knows, because they're not telling. All we know is the War Between Land and the Sea is coming out, and after that Disney's contract is ended, and they'll probably speak out then, because anything they say, oh, we're not going forward with Doctor Who, we're cancelling, we're going some other way, is possibly going to hurt the show they've already invested in. So the idea is they're not speaking out because they're waiting for that to air so they don't sabotage it. So we won't know until after that airs, which I think is late this year or early next year, I'm not sure. But either way, interesting, no idea where it's going to go, but just want to talk about it for a minute. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell, view the channel. It's all good.